Hello everybody, how are you? It's time for another Joe Ditzel parody, and we're continuing our series of videos on communities around Columbus. And guys, the excitement is unbelievable because a lot of people want to know more about the communities in their area, but most of the media doesn't cover it because it's too small. Each area is too small. But that's where I come in because I will, and this video is going to be on a Columbus area community called Shawnee Hills. Now, that was not the original name of the community. So it was adapted over time, and we'll get to that. And right now I'm near Sawmill Road, which is a main road that runs through this area of town. And in the next few videos, we're going to cover some of the communities in this northwest part of Columbus, Ohio. So, Shawnee Hills. All right, it was incorporated way back. It was settled in late 1820, incorporated in like 1840, but that's not the original name. The original name was Tendergrass, and it had to do with the type of grass that is in the fields that the local people found when they settled the area. And they found it very easy to mow, easy to mulch, easy to feed to their cattle and their livestock. To me, it's a beautiful name because it has sort of a frontier feel to it. It fits. But money talks, guys, and when somebody famous like Shaun White, middle name Edmund, is from your area, well, the tendency to want to capitalize that is overwhelming, and that's exactly what happened in Shawnee Hills. Shaun White was born and raised in Shawnee Hills. Now, at the time, he expressed interest to his parents about being a skier and snowboarder, and the community didn't have any hills for him to ski or snowboard on. So because he showed such promise at a young age, they built a massive hill. It's not really a mountain, but it's a pretty big hill that they built out of garbage and things that were laying around the house. They compacted it with dirt. And so when you go out to Shawnee Hills, you'll see it there. It's this big, it blocks the sun. It's so big. Just so Shaun, as a youngster, could practice and develop his skills as a skier. And they built a massive ski jump. So that's why people were so amazed that the guy was so good at a young age. Well, when you start out at 3 months skiing and they build a mountain or a hill for you at the age of 1 year old, then you're on your way. And plus of natural ability and talent and all that. So the town, once Shaun started to win Olympic gold and became well known for his red hair and his image became famous throughout the world, they said, we gotta capitalize on Shaun. So they kicked around a lot of different ideas, but somebody said, let's change the name of the town in honor of him. He's achieved more than anybody in this area will do. Let's face it, let's name the town, and that way it'll promote tourism. It'll give us a higher profile in Ohio, at least, certainly in the country and maybe internationally. So they adopted his first name and his middle initial, Shawnee, and then they have subsequently built more hills to accommodate more kids trying to follow in his footsteps, and they just named those hills Shawnee Hills. Unbelievable, guys. Now listen, I'm not an expert in this area, okay? I'm just going by the word of somebody that was next to me at the gas station. I was filling up with unleaded. They were buying premium. I said, is premium actually worth it? He said it is because I have a high performance truck. We started talking. I told him about the videos. He goes, oh, you got to do a video on Shawnee Hills. And he gave me the whole scoop. So I don't know. I don't even know if he was an expert, but he certainly seemed to be local because he had a Death to Wolverines t-shirt, which is emblematic of all Ohio State fans, and everybody is an Ohio State fan in this area. And the other thing is he had a jacket that said Dublin High School Track, 1983, and Dublin is a big high school near here. So let's just go. I'm just going by what he said. If you have different information, let me know. Okay, and we'll put it up there, because we're really, at the end of the day, I'm building a community, if I could say the word, and we're just all helping each other. So now at Shawnee Hills, you have this mini mountain range out there, and you have a town trying to capitalize it by playing off of Sean's name. And is it working? Well, yes. I talked to somebody that's on the city council over there, and I said, are you getting more tourists? Yes. And the full transcript of that conversation will be available on my site. But basically, she said that when it was Tendergrass, people often confused it for a restaurant chain. But they said, we got to make it more specific to us and our heritage and our sons that are successful, that have gone on to major international success. She said a star like Sean only comes along once in a blue moon, once in 100 years in a community that size. So they had to change the name of the city. I said, do you find that there's too many, the snowboarders and skiers don't always have the best reputation, okay? They smoke a little bit of that ganja, and they get a little crazy in the hotel rooms, tear them up a little bit. I said, is that a problem? She said, sometimes they have to kick somebody out. But what they do is they put them in a bus. If anybody's making trouble in Shawnee Hills, they put them in a bus and they drive them down to Hilliard, and then they tell them to get out, and they go to Hilliard. So then Hilliard has to deal with them. And that's happened occasionally, she said. But overall, there's a lot of respectful families coming to see. Shaun White is loved by kids. So a lot of kids are like, Mom, Dad, I want to go to Shawnee Hills and see Shaun White. So they take him out there. They don't realize Shaun is in Colorado. Shaun is in Switzerland. Shaun is all over the world. But they have, what the town did was, he has a couple brothers that look a lot like him. And there's other community members that like him. There's 5 or 6 of them. So they are stand-ins for Shaun White, right? And the kids don't know. Kids like 5 years old, they have no idea. It's like Disneyland. They think Mickey Mouse is a giant mouse. So when you take your family to Shawnee Hills, you'll see Shaun. Shaun will come out. He's like, hey, buddy. Hey, man. He's got the long red hair, right? Well, you might also see one at the pool, at the library. Don't worry. Those are his brothers or other family members or area residents that look like him. They've got 15, 20 on call, and at one time they're employing 5 or 6 at any one time to meet and greet people that want to see Shaun. Because that's the main thing. That's the main pull is Shaun White. So when people go to Shawnee Hills, they want to see Shaun White. So the town was like, okay, no problem. We'll give them Shaun White. And those extras or those imposters or those stand-ins, they make pretty good money. Yeah, they get a slice. So you could, if you want to if you look like Shaun White and you can sound like him, you can head up there. You can make $50,000 a year. Now, you say, well, that's not that much, but it's in Ohio. Everything's cheap. Gas is like $2.50 a gallon. Rent is cheap. It's cheap. And the town is easy to get around. Very little congestion. It's Ohio State football. What more do you want? So, guys, that is the background on Shawnee Hills, another great community in the Columbus, Ohio area. Come out and see us. This has been a Joe Ditzel parody, and come back for more.